Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Empress Endora unit is there on the map. She's the only unit left on this map. So, we're pretty much sending back all of our units other than the boss killing unit back to base. The boss killing unit will obviously be, of course, the one that we fight Endora with. But before we do that, we will want to confront her with Orpheus' unit, because both he and Debonair, who is currently in Orpheus' unit, have special dialogue with Endora. So, we're also going to confront Endora's unit with. I'm going to get a sacrificial unit coming up. In just a little bit, I'll end up recruiting a neutral encounter, Raven Man. Endora has, she gives you a choice when you run into her. If you confront her with a unit that does not contain either the Opinion Leader or Debonair. And so I want to show off what happens when you choose yes to the option that she gives you. So that's where this sacrificial unit is going to come in. So, but in the meantime, we're just gonna continue liberating a bunch of cities, learning more about the Empire and the thoughts of the people here, who are nicer than the people around Xanadu. I guess they see that the Empire's pretty much fallen. We of the Highlands do not enjoy fighting. Actually, those who are speaking out against the Empress are increasing. They're getting braver, I guess, when they. Well, I guess they see, you know, that the gig is up, I guess. And here's that neutral encounter we get right here. Right over the water. So we get a Raven Man, which is good because a Raven Man can fly, so they'll be able to get to the indoors to show off that dialogue quicker than, say, a land unit. So we're going to go in here into our preparations menu, create a new unit with just that Raven Man, and then we'll deploy him. We'll probably wait until after we get our tribute in just a little bit, because why waste money, you know, deploying him? It's not much, but still, money's money. So we want to have a bunch of money so when we buy stat boosting items from the merchant before we take on the final boss. So, a Lover's card, nice, good card, helps boost our reputation. We saw our reputation go up there a little bit. We want to have 80 reputation going into the next map, because one of the first cities we encounter there, you get a special item if you have a reputation of 80 plus. So, it's a good card to get. What's not good is my capture card is acting up here. So in a little bit, I'm going to actually have to like reset the card. So it's just going to be a small little skip, but nothing much is going to happen other than Orpheus is going to be traveling a little further to the west, and some of the other units are going to be returning to base. So they basically said that Gares there, he executed all the paladins himself. We kind of already knew that from what the people in the city of Xanadu area told us. Another good card, Magician. Good damage card. And boosts Orpheus' intelligence. Am I no longer a human being? Over the past 25 years, I have lost all human rights and no longer know what I am. So that boost to intelligence will help all intelligence-based cards that used in battle do more damage, because their damage is based on Orpheus' intelligence. So just gonna continue liberating a bunch of cities over here on the east. We'll send our boss killing unit to get a city over here while they're fully healed. Give them something to do. Get another city to get some more money. And here's another quick trick. I have a moonbeam here. I'm gonna use it. Turn the clock back to midnight. Now I have basically another half day to liberate some more cities to potentially get some more money. Get some money here by selling off some items I don't need. So that Notice sword we picked up earlier, that's a thunder weapon, plus 15 strength, plus 3 int. We found a lot of them. They're one of the thunder god's weapons, the only ones that you can't get from, you know, guaranteed drop from another place. So I guess the game really wants you to have those Thunder God weapons in case, you know, you're going for the Fire Seal. So it seems to be a very common treasure. Let's see what these folks have to say. Oh, we just pulled a moon card. Would have done what that moonbeam did. The city seat in the northwest is Zentagenia, the center of the empire. Empress Endora and the Mage Rashidi should be waiting for you in Zentagenia Castle. Spoiler, Rashidi is not waiting there. He has fled already. He's left Empress Endora all by herself. So there you see what the Drowser did. You use it and it shows you where any buried treasure is, but I already found all the buried treasure in this map, so if you use it when there's no more buried treasure, it'll just say like, hey, you know, no more buried treasure. The crystal does the same with hidden cities and temples, but we didn't buy any of them, we didn't find any of them, so you could buy them in Antalgil, where Galf was. The city in the center there sold them in their shop. Keep that card. You're the ones who killed my master Hakash, aren't you? No, I'm not angry. Hakash himself was concerned over the future of the Highlands. However, he was a proud warrior who could only play out the role expected of him. You are the only ones who can save the Highlands now. Good luck. We're getting a lot of tarot cards here. Judgment is good. It's a good white magic card. And there'll be a few bosses coming up that are going to be weak to white magic. So, good card to get. We also want to see if we can get some world cards. We already have one, but getting more would be better. We're going to have one for when we fight Empress Endora. Empress Endora was once a lovely woman, as caring as anyone I've ever met, but Rashidi led her down the path of evil, and her personality began to change. Now she laughs at the misery and suffering of the people who are living under her. Yes, we want to have one world card for Endora, and also one for Mage Rashidi later on. The city we just liberated, not this one, but the one that Orpheus just liberated, that has the shop in it. You can buy Joker cards there. So if you don't have world cards, buy a bunch of Joker cards and just keep pulling them until you get a world card. Here we've got that fortune card and -3. Ugh. We put together a band to try to rescue the paladins who were to be executed. We weren't able to help many, but we managed to get a few out. We took them to the city of Azusa to the south. Alright. Yeah, there's a bunch of hidden cities down to the south there. We're going to send Orpheus over there to liberate them. And while he's liberating them, that's when we'll probably release that Raven Man unit to go up there and show off what happens. But we still have a little bit more to do over here. We'll pull a card. Star card. Boost our agility. Did you see the execution of the paladins? I've never seen such a thing. Prince Gares just walked in and cut every one of them down. It was a massacre. Uh-oh, not good. Was it just Prince Gares, or was it Prince Gares and a bunch of his clones? And speaking of Prince Gares, we will soon meet Prince Gares in the flesh, but we won't be able to fight him, unfortunately. Liberation? Another city. Let's see what we pull from the tarot card deck. Hopefully something good. Nah, not really good. We want to get like world cards or white magic cards like judgments. That's what we want to pull. That would be the most important. Gares was seen in an old temple among the mountains to the east. Please stop him. So that's our clue to where the that there's a hidden temple over here to the east. So we're gonna head over here to this suspicious-looking open patch between the mountains, and we will finally confront Gares, the real Gares. At first, when I first played this game when I was younger, I thought that the Gares clones would stop when you encountered Gares here. So I usually send a unit right out here to get to this temple, but that doesn't stop the Gares clones. There's always going to be 10 no matter what. So it was a good idea. Oh, here's another good thing. Getting more time to liberate temples. Spike shield, not that important. So you're still around, so the Empire is finished. But I will not concede. Rashidi and I will still control this continent. Sorry, but I don't have time to play with you just now. Have fun with my other selves, though. And if you survive, we'll meet again, and then I will finish you with my own hands. Notice his armor is all cracked. It's showing the stress of all the battles that he's been in. So, although I guess, well, he's not really been in battles, but his clones have been in battles. But I guess in all that time, he doesn't have time to, you know, deal with his armor, and maybe it actually was him in the flesh fighting the paladins. And even though he said it was a massacre, maybe they did put up some resistance and chopped up his armor and dented it a little bit. Smashed part of his helmet there. You can see a little bit of his face. Alright. So you're the leader of the rebellious fools who will destroy my elite warriors. The Empire is finished. It's time for you to step down. Ha, fool. You think I can lose to you? The people are already beginning to lose faith in you. They want a new government and a new ruler. Can you not see that? A new ruler? What can you mean? I am their ruler. The Empress Endora is the only one who can rule this continent. Here's proof. So we fight Endora, but we're just gonna run away. Orpheus has priority in terms of dialogue. But then comes a Debonair. So let's see what Debonair has to say when confronting Endora. Debonair, you dare show your face in front of me? Your Highness, please stop fighting. There's still time to concede. Concede? The Empire? Concede? Ha! But my Empress, Rashidi and Prince Gares have already run away. You dog of the rebels, I'll kill you first. Empress Endora, please stop. You know, for someone who, you know, was around 25 years ago and has a full-grown son, Empress Endora looks pretty young. So, I guess she takes good care of herself. Well, maybe the black magic has helped keeping her young. But down in this area, we were told to the south is where a few of the paladins were escaped to or were rescued and sent to. So let's go down here and liberate the, we'll find and then liberate the 4 different cities that are down there. And while we're traveling there, we'll send that Raven Man unit up. Just more effective time. Yeah, we'll lose a little bit of money, like 4,000 Goth, but yeah, it's nothing, you know, in the grand scheme of things. The time is more important, so. There's our Raven Man, heading on up. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about losing him because he just joined our army. So, not like he's been with us since the beginning. Newest recruit, and he'll be sent home immediately. Alright. Got a card here. Not a good one. There are 3 other cities besides ours on this island. So, yeah, we're gonna go liberate them. There's one over to the west here, and then there's one to the southwest, and one kind of almost to the south of this hidden city here. All the cities are hidden. But, hey, that's what watching this thing will show you, who all these hidden cities are and hidden treasures are. So, way to go, Orpheus. Way to help other people who might be playing this game with their own little ratty heroes. Alright, let's hope for a white magic card or a world card. Yeah, healing's always good. A band of men from Maddle were able to save some of the paladins who were to be executed. Where's Maddle? To the north. And we liberate that one. They were the ones who told us that there's some cities in the south here where the paladins were fled to. So let's try to find that city. There's going to be one right down here in this little island. Alright. The Shrine City. Try saying that a bunch of times fast. I'm terrible at tongue twisters. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Something like that. Alright, what do we get? Sun card. Bad card. We don't like that card. There's a reason that the Highlands started a war to build the Empire. Huh? What is it? Far to the north is the militaristic, fanatic country of Rashidi. of Radisti. Radisti is planning on taking over the continent of Zentagenia. The Empress tried to convince Gran and the other kings of the danger, but no one believed her. Uh-oh. Not only did they refuse to help, but they tried to invade the Highlands. That's right, the Highlands did not start this war. The other 4 kingdoms did. But it appears that even the Highlands could not take on all 4 kingdoms. That's when the Mage Rashidi approached the Empress Endora. Wow. That's a stunner right there. So, King Gran actually kind of saw the Highland asking for help as weakness. Wow, turns everything into a whole light. Doesn't, excuse her from going the path of darkness, but maybe she thought that was the only way she could save her people. Wow, it's interesting when you see the other side of the war. Well, makes you kind of feel like, there's no real winners in war. Well, I guess that, it is true. I mean, even if a country wins, the people, the soldiers are scarred. Paladin Gawain, my name is Gawain. I am one of the surviving paladins. We were able to discover the true goals of Rashidi. Okay, tell us. Rashidi wanted only one thing, power greater than the gods, he called it. He joined with the Highlands only to use our power to find the stones of the Zodiac. We found this out and tried to convince Her Highness of it, but she had already been led to evil. Our oath is to protect the honor and righteousness of the Highlands. Please stop our Empress. We'll do our best. But yeah, even if the country wins, the people suffer, the soldiers suffer, you have wounded veterans, post-traumatic stress disorder, stuff like that, returning veterans, families are torn apart. Alright, so if we encounter Endora with a unit other than one that has Orpheus or Debonair in, we get this dialogue. So you finally made it to my front door. Listen to me, you foolish rebels who stand in the way of our dream. Far to the north, the cultists of Radisti are ready to take the Zentagenian continent, yet we of the Highlands do not have the power to stop them. The only way to stop them is to unite the countries of the Highlands. And yet you fools stand in the way of that. Do you wish to hand this continent over to them? Think of the future of Zentagenia. Forget your own petty interests. Before it's too late. Join us, follow me, and help to create an empire which cannot be destroyed. If we say yes, I'm glad that you have come to see the truth. I only hope that the rest of you are as wise. And that unit is surrendered to the Empire, and we lose that unit forever. Anybody who's in that unit is totally gone. So if you have a unit of 5 characters in it, they're all gone. Yeah, see, that unit is totally wiped off. They're not even put in the reserves. So, I guess that's why I wanted to show that off without having to lose any of my built-up units. So this time now, we're not going to accept her, offer. So, this whole thing with Radisti, we learned more about that in Ogre Battle 64, and also in Tactics Ogres, and we learned about also in Tactics Ogres Let Us Cling Together. So, Empress Endora has all the elemental spells, and she has 5 attacks. So she's like a Lich times 2 minus 1. So yeah, world card, very important to use on her. So otherwise she is going to pretty much do a lot of damage and wipe you out. So, like other bosses, she has a lot of agility. It's probably going to dodge a lot of our attacks, so let's use some magic right off the bat, a tarot card, attack card, to deal some damage to her, and that way we won't end up, if we need that extra damage, we won't defeat her with the tarot card and have the experience go to Orpheus. So, although it's looking like we probably wouldn't have needed that tarot card, but if we didn't use it, we would have needed it, so. But with that, Empress Endora falls, and we have liberated Zentagenia. But, unfortunately, that is not the end of the war. as Debonair said to Empress Endora, Mage Rashidi and Prince Gares have already fled. Well, where have they fled to? Well, we'll find out. But we're not going to go to that map just yet. As always, we're going to return back to this map and talk with the folks to see what they have to say now. So, but let's get Debonair out of our unit here. We don't need him anymore. We'll throw him back with his other unit, the one that of the folks that accompany Orpheus, or the opinion leader, to up to the north in Ogre Battle 64. So, as I said, eventually I'll play that game. So, I don't have any of the other games though. Tactics Ogre was released for the PlayStation and for the Super Nintendo, but only in Japan, the Super Nintendo version. So, a translated version never came out for the Super Nintendo. I did pick up the PlayStation disc when the Blockbuster Video, or Hollywood Video, was going out of business back when I lived in Pennsylvania. But I never had a PlayStation to play it. I just picked it up because, you know, I liked Ogre Battle so much. Please save this continent from the hands of evil. And the other one, Tactics Ogre Knights of Lotus. Please save this continent from the hands of evil. That one is for the Game Boy Advance. I did play that one, so that's more of a prequel that shows how the main antagonist in Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together, which is one for the PlayStation, how he came to kind of become evil. And it also like goes a little bit like Rodesti up there, so those folks just said, you know, glory to the rebellion, you know, save the world. I'm sure another city will say the same dialogue, so. But look, maybe I'll pick up the Game Boy Advance one. Please save this continent from the hands of evil. Like I said, I just play, like, you know, games that are like pretty much E for everyone on this channel. Rashidi has escaped Prince Gares to the west, to the shrine of Shalina. Shalina is an evil shrine, once used in the worship of demons. Now, Tactics, Ogre Battle 64 does have a teen rating, but I think the other one, Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together, that's, you know, really violent, and there's a lot of, like, really adult things. That might be actually MA, so wouldn't play that necessarily on this. I wouldn't play that on this channel. Let Us Cling Together, though, I think is E for everyone, so that's a potential. Glory to those forces. May the gods smile upon you. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll pick that up off of eBay or Amazon and be able to play it. So, because I have that one, the Game Boy emulator on my Wii, so I'll play a game on emulation if I actually have the cartridge of the game. So, thanks to you for being able to protect the name of the Highlands. To thank you, I'd like to give you this Tome of Myths. Got a folio. That way I don't feel like I'm, like, stealing. So that's how I play, like, some Japanese games that never were released over in America. I actually went and bought the Japanese cartridge. So thanks to you for being able to protect the name of the Highlands. To thank you, I'd like to give you this Sentinel Demon. So you can trade that back in Diaspola to the Spendus Wizard Borgnine. Yeah, so I have, like, the Famicom version of Final Fantasy II, Final Fantasy III, and the Super Famicom version of Dragon Quest 5 and 6. So I can play them. Glory to the Royal Forces. May the gods smile on Zenobia. So, yeah, I was saying the Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together. It's kind of mature rated, I think. So maybe that's why it was never released in America. If you're looking for the Paladin Gawain, he left for the Shrine of Shalina to find Rashidi. Uh-oh. You should have waited for us. Because, you know, Nintendo had a pretty strict censorship back in the day. That was pretty much shown when one of the big ones that showed that was the release of Mortal Kombat. The first Mortal Kombat was a very bloody game. And when the Super Nintendo version released, it didn't have any of the blood in it. So people were just like, oh, we have to get the Sega Genesis version because that included like all the blood and gore. Where this, Nintendo had that, censorship policy where, they were aimed more at kids. So, and that's how I kind of aim this channel at. Please save this content from the hand of evil. So like I, basically only play, games that are, E for everyone. I can have 2 games that are like rated teen, including the Ogre Battle 64, and then a PC game, Beneath the Steel Sky, but they're not really bad. Please save this content from the hands of evil. Like I said, I like to keep this, so that anybody can, find this channel and enjoy it, There's no need for, excessive violence, profanity, and all that stuff. It's not needed. Try to keep it clean. Please save this content from the hands of evil. Clean like pet rats. Yeah, people always think that rats are dirty, but they're very clean animals. They groom themselves a lot. They groom each other. I always have this conversation with my mother. So she's like scared of rats and she thinks they're dirty and stuff. And I'm like, Mom, my rats, they live in my house. They don't go out of my house unless they go to PetSmart or maybe to the vet. So it's very rare. So if they have any germs on them, they're already on me and the dog. Where your grandchildren, they go out in the mud and they play in the mud. They go on the playground and kids are germ factories. Blow their nose, wipe it in their hands. Who knows what other kids are doing. My nephew, digs in the dirt, on the playground where, wild animals are, and going to the bathroom and stuff like that. A dog can go to the bathroom there. So yeah, the kids probably have more germs on them than like my rats. But, it's just a tough thing, People just have that innate fear of them, it seems. But we're not afraid of rats. They can be heroes like Orpheus here. I mean, look at all the cute smiling photos of Orpheus in the thumbnail to these videos, or when he pops up on the screen. What a trooper. What a cute little boy. So that's one of the good things about, like, the rat group Marty Mouse House. They're breaking down the stigma of rats. So So, almost finished here. Getting all the dialogue. Please save this content from the hands of evil. Yeah, most people pretty much said the same thing, so... Well, we will try to save the continent from the hands of evil. All we have is one more map. The Temple Shalina over to the west. So, come back in our next episode where we head there and try to find Gares and Rashidi and find out what their ultimate plan is. Take care. Thanks for following along. Have a good day. Bye.